Are your ancestors or your parents blocking your blessings? Is there something in your past that you think might be hindering your purpose, your abundance, or even your business and entrepreneurship? Let me explain a little bit more about my journey, and you might find your story within this. When I was young, I was born to a family in Maine where we were very poor. We were of poverty consciousness, as they say in the spiritual community. We considered ourselves poor, and we actually had to scrape by to get money. My parents both scraped by, and my mom was a stay at home mom and had to pinch the pennies and save the money. My dad worked very, very, very hard. What happened was they began getting a warped view of money, finances, and how to earn and attract good things into your life. And it became a chore. And when I was young, I was very interested in entrepreneurship. I would go out and weed the gardens of other people. I would rake leaves. I was always trying to make a buck somewhere. I once made some cakes and brownies and sold them. I had a lemonade stand. But there was always this time when we received our money that my father would say, "You have to give me half." Even when we were young, 10, 12, 14 years old, we had to give our dad half of what we earned. We also had to give him half of our birthday money. And he said it in a way that was supposed to help us learn how to earn our keep. We were learning about the real world, right? So half of my money, everything that I earned, I had to give to him. I remember that my uncle even once gave me $100 for my birthday. And the moment I opened my card and saw the check, I knew I couldn't keep it. I didn't even think I would keep any of it. I do think that maybe half of it went to us children, and the other half my father had. I also had another very sad incident where my older brother got hit by a car bomb when he was in the Iraqi war. And he was in the hospital. And my grandmother gave my mom money to go visit him because he was close to death. He was suffering. And my dad took all the money, and my mom didn't get to go see my brother. I realized that deep within me was a grief and a wound that no matter what we did as a family, we always got it taken away in order to pay the bills. What that did to me was it created something in my subconscious where I believed subconsciously that anything I did to earn or even be given money, it would be taken away. This created an energy leak. What is an energy leak? It is somewhere in your energy field where you subconsciously feel it will be taken away or it will leave or it will disappear. And so, by nature of who you are, not what you want, by nature of who you are, you actually attract circumstances to take, to leak, to siphon away whatever it is that you have a leak in. Some people have a money leak, an energy leak. Some people have a relationship leak where they can't keep relationships. Some people have a job leak where they can't keep jobs. Basically, it is anything in your energy field that is a limiting belief, and it actually creates your reality. What did I do? I did some ancestral healing and generational pattern breaking. And I called my soul out of those moments of time. And I said, that was then, this is now. And I did some exercises by Gay Hendricks, and I put them into my online course. I have 3 types of practices that you can do. Heal childhood wounds, which I did have a childhood wound because I thought money would just disappear no matter how hard I worked, $5 an hour weeding weeds, pulling weeds, and I still only kept $2.50 an hour. And it was something in my childhood that really grieved me and stayed with me. When I was young, I thought it was normal. I thought this was supposed to be. But I realized as I got older, that's not right. That's not right. That was taking from a child, and that was teaching me as a child that money is hard to make, and that if people give you money, you don't deserve to receive it all. And that was wrong. It was a wrong concept. And I had to realize as an adult now that was wrong. It taught me wrong, and I had to reteach myself. And I do that by saying that was him, this is me. That was then, this is now. And you do a certain way and you do it in a certain pattern and you do certain parameters around the exercise. What happened was I actually went into a physical relapse of some issues with my stomach. And I got quite sick because I had pulled myself out of that energy. I had done what some people call timeline therapy or soul recall. And as a result, my whole energy began to shift. And it actually detoxed some very grieving, hurtful, regretful energy out of my body. And afterwards, after about a day, I felt so good. I felt free and I felt able to take on the world and to launch my projects anew. So if you have a project or a relationship or just want to launch into the new year with a better, more energized you, a clear starting point, I have some very specific exercises that can shift your energy out of those toxic generational patterns, whether your parents were right or wrong, whether they were good or whether they were actually maybe not so good. It doesn't matter. You are not the victim of what they taught you or what they were to you. You are now the creator of your own reality, and I want to teach you how to do it. Go to www.violetflame.net. Click on my coaching program. I would love to do a free life purpose call with you and maybe see clairvoyantly if you have any blocks of yourself and how to get rid of them. I will see you there.